Hello, hello. Welcome to another year's stream. This is a quick market update relative to what we had talked earlier today. There is one thing that we noticed. We talk about this area, right? Potential resistance area, and the key levels or maybe potential objective being this little distribution up here, right? And the fact that really there's nothing going on here right now. Unlike a past week when we had something really to start the week, we got something, which was this day, right? We don't have that for this week. Actually, there is something down the road that can potentially bring something to us as traders. And when that happened, the developing of the events, if I'm going to choose a word, I don't think that's a good one, but I guess the best I can find now is what I am checking now. One of the things is the range is very narrow range, maybe 20-30 points range, very narrow range relative to last Friday, for example, right? I got this reference here that I am going to keep. I am still, what is this? Is the previous all-time high, which is also was a pullback from I don't remember what a specific day, but this is, if you check this profiles down here, this chart contains overnight profiles as well. This is the one. Right? Oh, my bad. Would be this breakout here, this one here. Right? This high here. I'm going to extend this to the right or to the left is this one. Here. And if you check more, it is the breakout of this high, right? That's why I still keep this one here. That's kind of like to have something there in the background. Now, as the day develop 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 periods, something I've noticed is that there's potential for some sequential trade here. Sequential trade or sequential movement, because the low was not good, but so is the high. And when that happened, one of the movements that may come after this is that the market fails checking one side just to repair or check the other one. It may take a while. It not necessarily has to happen, but that's the potential here. And notice but to see how questionable this day is. So, I mean, there's nothing clear. Notice how value is higher, right? It's higher relative to Friday, but it's moving lower, right? You're going to move lower. You got a low right at 0. That happened here before. This 2-day range has excess on the lower side. But this one, I would say this is replacing the weakness of this low that we had here in this day. We are having it again here. Okay, so the next thing here can be checking this high. I don't expect too much upside, but just, you know, getting closer to this area, there's a good area to leave if I have a low. I don't have anything because that was the plan. The plan was the observe today. Okay, but then look at this G high, where it came from, where J high was, where H high is, where I high is, and what we have above that, right? So there's potential here for some upside here relative to where the market is right now, right? At this very moment. I'm not talking about the whole day. I'm not talking about relative to Friday or relative to the 2-day range. I'm talking just about this range, this narrow range in which we are today. Now, by checking the profiles or the histograms, actually the upper side looked better than the lower side. There was tremendous pressure to the downside here. But looking better doesn't mean that it was good. All right? It was just both high and low of the day were really bad. Now the low is a little bit better, but both were bad. All right? And when you detach yourself, right, and approach the market with detached curiosity, without bias, and willing to absorb what the market is telling you, you can actually see some things, right? One is really mechanical movement here. Volume is high, though, but the movement is it seemed like it was short-term oriented, very short-term oriented. There was pushing lower, okay? Pushing lower in a market that is going higher. Can you see that? What can happen when traders or short-term traders are pushing the market lower or trying to push the market lower while the market is actually moving higher? That can serve as fuel for the actual movement that is happening, for what's going on. Now, the next thing that comes here is, okay, I have noticed that, but what's the risk of that? Is that giving me any opportunity? If I want to do something, how much I want to risk? How am I going to manage risk? What is my risk? How do I monitor risk? That's part of the plan. All right? That's part of the plan. And then comes the execution. I don't have anything here, right? Really, I don't have anything. I just decided that the risk is not worth it. But what I have said early, at the beginning, or kind of somewhere halfway through in this short stream, is that the potential, the sequential trade here are still here, right? What is the play? The market has questionable highs, questionable lows. The market actually checks one of those, either the high or the low, and the trade is the opposite. Right? The actual trade is the opposite. All right, that's the only thing I wanna highlight here. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. I hope you are having a good day. Hope I can see you sometime during the rest of the week.